What up, family?
What's up?
What's good?
I like the intimate, the intimate setting, trying to do something that kind of matches the vibe.
Do you feel the light?
I don't. Right here.
Yeah, perfect.
I move around a lot, so I might end up like over there.
That's cool.
By the end of the poem. All right, so before I started working at a nonprofit, I thought I understood what the youth go through, right? And I thought I was pretty knowledgeable on youth culture. But what I realized by working with the youth, when they say nobody really understands me, it's not an understatement. When I started working with them on a daily basis, I realized that I did not know what the youth go through day to day. I didn't understand youth culture. But working with them for a year and a couple months, gave me an understanding that I didn't have before. So those of us who care for the next coming generation, which let's hope would be all of us, I would really encourage us to take the time to get to know the youth, right? Don't just read about it, don't just watch it on the news, but spend some time with young people, plant those seeds. Because even what we're doing here, if it's not passed on to the next generation, then all of this is for naught. All of this is pointless and wasteless. So at my time at the after school, I wrote a poem about what I saw. It's called The Diagnosis. The black youth and Latin groups have been brainwashed into believing all they can do is sell drugs or shoot hoops. Seeing their ghetto actors / rappers smacking chickens and driving coupes, bopping their heads to hip-hop, not knowing it's to Illuminati they salute. I've been called the Christian poet, but I'd rather be called the poet who witnessed the truth. So check it, here's my diagnosis. Our kids have been dealt the bad hand of negligence, so in return they've attained a false sense of entitlement. With no parents at home, they've become the bastard children of society. Tossed left and right from MTV to BET, raised by Rihanna, Kanye West, and Mason Jay-Z. The youth are becoming whatever the media tells them to be. With an entire film industry tailored to 14-year-old boys, it's no wonder why young men grow up confused on who they should be. Taught as an adolescent to treat women as personal property. You see, the next generation have found comfort in the abandoned buildings of nihilism, where warped self-identity and low self-esteem are plastered on the walls for all eyes to see, perpetuated as reality and solidified by immorality. God is kept in the closet so they think they can stay there too, numb to the thought that a God in heaven who loves them could even be true. And when presented with the truth, they confuse it for superficial spirituality or outdated religion. They just don't know what it means, because the only true religion the youth choose to believe in is true religion genes. You see, our kids are being twisted into believing that lies can become true if a majority deems it so. So little girls now think that female is synonymous with hoe. That young boys who fight first and think last are real men. These lies are strategically placed in their minds before they even reach 10. You see, I've seen gangrene grow on these inner city streets, where hate is the new love and fight or flight is the new peace. Where kids train their thumbs on video games and exercise their minds on how they look more than they train their brain and exercise their intellect by reading a book. Martin King and Malcolm X have been X'd out their memory and been replaced by the likes of Rick Ross and Soulja Boy. It's funny how these days young men are forced to grow up too fast and grown men act like boys. So tell me, what do we do when the world and its people try to replace the knowledge of God with the rag wisdom of men? What do we do when the inheritance of those to come is all the bad that has come before. The answer was given nearly 2,000 years ago when the ideology of a man was spoken in just 2 words: follow me. It is a simple message that has been complicated by flamboyant Sunday saints and Monday ain'ts who have so tainted the gospel of Christ that even God wouldn't want to be a Christian. But to those of you who distrust God because of what Christians do, let me ask you a question. If a doctor who smokes told you that smoking is bad, would you believe him or the cancer he had? You see, truth is objective. No matter what you subjectively believe, listen, if a hypocrite tells you that a green tree is green, that truth isn't nullified by his or her hypocrisy. I can understand how truth just seems backwards because those who profess it don't always live it. But you not believing only puts your knowledge of the truth to a limit. And so the story goes. We live in a world where the children of God have been positioned to deem God as foe. But I too have a dream. I have walked the lowest valleys where I had no choice but to look up. And when I did, I saw utter darkness. But as King once said, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. So even though I see the youth stuck in a cobweb systematic crucifixion of their souls, although I see their darkness, I also see stars in the making. So I will do my part, and we should do our part to ensure that their days to come will be better than our days right now. Because if the youth fail tomorrow, then that only means that we failed them today. Peace and love.